We got a banger today. Before we get into it, we just dropped some fire summer shit on fullsend.com for real. I'm rocking one of them right here. We got some jerseys, sick shorts. This collection's really, really sick. And on these jerseys, been ripping a lot of shroom gummies, so be rocking this tee. These shorts and this shirt go together too. Gotta get the color coordination going for the birds. Just the classic full send red. Get the arms popping. We got a little Nelk. Day kill specialist. Only buy this if you get day kills. I don't want to see anyone wearing this that doesn't get day kills. This tee's really cool. Just some summer vibes. Send responsibly. It's neon. Some gambling for the degens. Planning on getting mollied out or hammered at a pool party. Throw this on with some shades. Full send land. This one's sick. You got the happy dads. You got us. Girls with wet t-shirts. Show up to a party with this, everyone knows you're gonna be in business, straight up. If you're colorblind, this drop's not for you. There's so much accessories in this drop too, but I'm gonna show you guys my favorite. We got the barbecue utensils. We got the spatch. Turn around. Bro, you thought I was actually gonna do that?
Yeah.
Keep dreaming, bro. And it's a bottle opener on this side too. But yeah, boys, that collection is live right now on fullsend.com. Cop something. We really appreciate you boys. Love you guys. Let's do it. Look how deep they roll it. We got a small hotel room. What's up, baby? Good. How are you doing? How are you? Boys are rolling deep as always. Where? Might be a little squished in the room. I feel like we've been talking about doing this for a while, right?
Yeah, bro.
It's dope. So we got you guys are both fighting on the card, right? Too. We got Chris as well, fighting on the undercard. That's dope. What's the difference, Nate, with the new real fight, like incorporated that you guys started? Like, what's the difference with this fight and that?
Well, that's
And what is it for
I
people?
said when I get out, I was gonna do my own promotion type of thing, like Jake was doing most valuable promotions when he came on the scene. I was like, that's what I'm about, and that's what I was gonna do. Now that I'm out, I'll just fight on my own promotion.
How do you think he's doing with it?
What?
Like with his promotions? Like, can you feel a difference?
No, I think he's doing good. I think he's got the platform to spit out like, yo, this is my promotion, everything to watch. So I felt like that with me a long time ago. So that's why I think when I get out, everybody's like, what are you gonna do? Bellator? Are you gonna do this? And when I'm like, I'm gonna do my own thing. I'm gonna stay with the UFC.
Yeah.
Or both, you know. So that was my.
What's that like? Like, what's the business of like owning like a promotion company now? That's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I just jumped right in, and I feel like the business was mine the whole time. And when I fought, I promoted all my own fights. I mean, the UFC promoted the fights, but it was the biggest fights.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of promotion behind it, all the way building up. But I noticed numbers like when I was fighting back in the day on Fox and stuff, that every time I fought, I had higher numbers than everybody else. Like, I'm not like out there looking like I'm like sitting there talking business all day long, but I know good business when I you know.
Yeah.
I was like, I remember there was back in the day I was fighting on Fox, and I seen some headlines like along 2012 or something. And there was like headlines saying like, how come UFC on Fox 3, 5, and 9 all had these crazy outrageous numbers, and as regular TV Fox or whatever, sitting there was in there like 4 to 7 to 8 million people watching or something like that. And I think, hey, those are all the cards that I'm on.
Yeah.
So I was like,
it's weird.
If I do my own thing, I'm sure they'll watch. If not,
yeah, for sure.
Let's go try and see what happens.
Yeah, we were talking about it earlier too. I think Jake's kind of switched up. Like, I feel like previously when he's fought these dudes, he goes out on super hard on social media, but with you, he's been way more quiet.
Yeah.
Do you think? Have you noticed that?
I thought the same thing with Conor when I fought Conor. I was like, know that he roasted everybody at the press conferences and stuff and went hard on everybody. And I was like, well, when I get the fight, I don't believe that he has anything he can say to me because I've been done better shit than he ever done, and I've been whipped a lot more ass than him, and I didn't think there was much for him to say. And then when we got out there, he still had shit to say. He's crazy. He's just like, blah, he's yelling, and I was pissed off. I was like, dude, fuck you. And just naturally, that became the biggest fight that ever happened at the time. So I don't know if they're trying to push the issue. I don't know.
Have you guys ever fought on the same card before?
Me and Chris?
Yeah.
We fought one time on the same card. We fought on the UFC.
fought Conor the second time.
Oh, dope. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
I fought Conor's teammate. It was, Same kind of concept is the same as the fight that's happening.
Is there any like real beef between your guys' squad and like Jake's squad?
Nah, he don't really got a squad.
Yeah.
He's got. Didn't he just hire a whole new team?
I don't really know.
I think he hired a whole new team, so not even beef
Your
with
squad's
us.
a lot bigger for sure.
Yeah, way
That
bigger. And it's the same
beef
faces.
is about to be settled, and it's like it all started. Yeah, we got a squad that I've been with for years. Like I've been training with him 10, 12 years. All these guys in here I've been training with.
I remember when we came to the
forever.
gym, you guys fucking tossed us around and shit. All this guy too.
Yeah, everybody's in there.
That was fun.
What's changed for you? Like what in terms of preparing for this fight? Like going from your first boxing match, what's like the biggest difference in your training or like your camp?
Well, I've always trained with pro boxers at the highest level, all the way up to all my fights. And so I did it pretty much like how boxers train for fights anyway. I do the 3-minute rounds and wear the shoes and the headgear. And been training pro boxing gyms my whole career. So just with this one, I'm not wrestling and doing the jiu-jitsu and the kickboxing. And
Yeah.
a lot less wear and tear, a lot more focused on just the art.
How like serious are you taking this fight? Like, is at this point in like your career after everything you've achieved? Like, you're obviously just one of the biggest legends ever in the sport.
Yeah.
Like, are you just having fun with this one, or do you really want to like fuck Jake Paul up?
Well, he wants to fuck me up, so I'd rather fuck him up. That's my same objective with everybody. Yeah, it's all serious every fight. Yeah, just as serious as every fight.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Is there? Do you like feel pressure on this one? Like, how bad would it be for you if you did? I don't think you will. I think you'll get the dub. But if you did take the L,
If I did, my whole goal is to come back and whip his ass.
do it again.
So yeah, for sure. And with any fighter that I've ever fought, and pressure's always been on the whole time since I was a kid in high school fighting at the parks. I show up to the park and there's 100 people there because everyone would get word of mouth. So it's like try to fight the guy silently, and then word gets around town, everybody's there. So it's been pressure. And I went to Ultimate Fighter when I was 21, and everybody knew my brother being a badass and shit and whipping ass forever and being hardcore. And then so pressure was on. I had to go there and not fail that mission. Then the 10 days with Conor and
Yeah.
every other fight. Conor's pressure's been the whole time, the whole way through. So every year, every fight, I just feel like I'm getting better with pressure anyway.
You know what I really want to know is how many fights do you think you got in before you got paid to start doing it?
What do you mean, like outside
just
in
street
trouble?
shit and
Like,
just
I
like-
didn't get in that much fights out there. Like I got in a lot of fights. And shit, but I got. I was never in like anything. Yeah, probably a while though. I can't tell you.
Yeah. Is there anything like that Jake does or where you're like super impressed? Or what do you think is like best?
Yeah, he's hella big and he hits hella hard. He knocked out fucking all the welterweight champions and shit, and fought Anderson Silva, knocked him down, and he's a pumped up little juiced out, just ready to go ass little motherfucker. So I gotta knock him my ass whipped. Pressure's on.
You already choked out Logan Paul too, right?
I already finished Logan Paul, so now we're fighting. I fight Jake.
What happened with that? Like I saw
That was
shit.
the funniest
funny
shit
as
ever,
fuck.
bro.
Yeah.
I loved seeing that.
What the fuck is the guy out there looking like him for anyway? That's the corniest shit.
What happened there? Was he like talking shit or some shit?
No, I was well, the whole event was full of shit talkers and people do anything for clout event, you know. And then
Where was that?
there was where were we at? Yeah, we're at his
Lawrence?
fight. He fought
Okay.
there, and he's just working the dude over in the fight. Somebody's yelling behind me, "Fuck!" Just trying to get a rise at him. I could hear him going off on him, saying it's talking shit to him while he's fighting. And I'm sure he could hear it more than me because I could hear it. I'm watching the fight, focused on the fight, and you usually hear shit like that, some fucker, and the guy's over yelling. I know the people were there just trying to get me to turn around and say, "Hey, shut the fuck up" or something. So I just ignored it the whole time. And then in the third, going to the fourth round, he walks up to the corner, facing me, and told the guy behind me, "Hey, shut the fuck up, fuck you." And then the guy just started going off like, "You're gonna get knocked out, pussy!" Like talking
I was
sh-
fighting his boy, and
He
like
was
I
fighting
could hear him talking shit as the fight's about to be like announced. And I didn't want to say anything before the fight. I was like, let me get past this round or two, and like and I started whooping his boy's ass, and then as I was about to finish the fight, and then the round ended, and I look over at him, and I see the guy who was talking shit behind him, and so I told him like, fuck you, and then
You were fighting fake Logan Paul's friend?
no, I was
No,
fighting.
the other dude that was with fake Logan Paul dude
Oh, okay.
too. And then when he said "fuck you," the guy was like, "You're gonna get your ass whooped, pussy," and he's like right behind me. So I'm like, bro, you're basically fucking talking shit to me and this fool right now. So I tagged him. There was a bottle by me. I tagged him with the bottle. He flipped out. Everybody went crazy, and I turned around to finish watching this fight. And we're running around New Orleans, and I walked out of this bar, and the whole street was fighting. I didn't even know who was fighting. I was like, "Oh shit!" It was late, it's 2 a.m. So I started running around to the other side of the street where I saw some of my other homies over there, and I started crossing the street. I'm looking, and then fake Logan Paul runs up in my face, like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa!" And I'm like, "Whoa, back the fuck up!" And I grabbed him by his hands, cause he's like, "Whoa, whoa!" Like, this fool's gonna hit me. So I grabbed my thing, like, back up, and he pushed into me.
Fuck.
And when he pushed into me, I had my headlock, and then the whole street was going crazy. Like, these fools are gonna fuck me up. So I choked his ass.
You slept him, didn't he?
I'm not
Bro.
supposed to talk about these kind of things. Anyways, I was defending myself.
It was clear self-defense, by the way. We all saw that.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, but why did
Fucking fake
he
Logan
run
Paul.
up on me? So I had to defend myself against this motherfucker.
Are you ever just like, bro, why do these guys talk shit to me? Like, how
Nah,
stupid are they?
Yeah, why your
understand
guys
it,
squad? Like, I get if someone trips
Nowadays
our
too,
squad.
it's a new day and age. Though these guys will do anything, especially if that
Yeah,
show
it's
is full
true.
of like,
It's all for clout.
yeah.
Why
so-
would people be so dumb to trip your guys' squad though? Like our squad, it's like my backup's like Steiny and Jimmy Gambles and
I
fucking
think it's
Gabe,
even
but,
though like
like you guys is like how
Yeah.
I don't get why do they chirp your squad? Like how dumb do you have to be?
I think it's like that nowadays. They're like, remember the guy that Mike Tyson beat up on the plane? People
Yeah.
will even get beat up just to get anything for clout.
You think fake Logan Paul's ever like fucked a girl and the girl thought it was actually Logan Paul or not?
I would play that card if I was him, probably.
I'm sure I think he's the type of guy to do that, right?
100%.
Yeah, he don't got no morals. He's already a fake.
What are your predictions? What do you got for us? Prediction-wise,
For what?
for your fight?
For my fight, we'll see what happens. I'm going to win, like I said, and
How'd you navigate like your decision post after your last fight in the UFC? Like what? Take us through like your decision making process.
well, it was all in the process, right? He was talking shit on the outside, so that was there. We had a bunch of people from Floyd Mayweather's team and a bunch of other teams calling, talking about fighting. So I was like, let's just get this fight done here in the UFC and let's get out there, get a breath of fresh air, and see what there's to offer. And then everything just made the most sense to fight Jake right now.
Yeah. You said too, like you sell pay-per-views. We obviously go to a lot of the fights, and every time you walk in, the place goes absolutely fucking crazy. We notice it every time. So like, what do you think it is about you that created that strong, loyal fan base?
Well, I think just the consistency, because I've been fighting for a long time. Started off on Ultimate Fighter, so everybody watched that, especially at the time it was hot.
We were just
And,
watching.
We were.
Yeah. Oh, fuck.
That shit's funny
Hey,
as fuck,
embarrasses
bro.
the hell out of me when that comes out. I was 21. I'm 38 now.
Yeah.
So that was a long time ago. Every time I'm like, oh my God, turn on my. And then every week people used to, because it came on like every Thursday or Friday or something like that, back when it was on TV. And then all my friends and my team would be like, oh, it's Thursday. Let's coordinate each other. Because my brother there too, so they'd all be watching. I'd go take off or go to my room. Like, I ain't watching this shit.
Yeah.
So it started like that. The Ultimate Fighter, everything was hot. Like everywhere I went, it was like people knew who I was and it was popping. And I fought 3 to 5 times a year for like a bunch of years, 5 to 8 years or something like that in the UFC. So I think I was the most active on the roster, and I always fought on the main cards and the highest ranked opponents. So I think just being on TV for that amount of years, people don't even know, but it was being, you know what I'm saying, projected onto them. And then
What did you think about that whole? Because it's like Conor McGregor's team right now is like he's 0-7. I heard, right?
Think so.
what did you think about that whole experience? It's pretty much like reality TV. You're fighting like how was that whole thing for you?
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of it being on. I wasn't a fan of it because I didn't want to be. I didn't like being on TV. I didn't like to be interviewed. I didn't like to even hear myself talking. I would never do that again.
Yeah.
He was a fighter.
Yeah.
But it worked out though, and it's people are different too. It's probably a good shortcut too if you're trying to get in. You just get all that airtime.
How crazy was it? Because like you're one of the people that like the UFC's grown so much. Like you help like grow the company to like kind of where it is now. Like, do you ever look back and like see how different it was back then, or like?
Yeah, it's all the way different too. The people who work there, everything, they started having uniforms one day. Everybody was all proud of themselves. Yeah, we got uniforms. Like, this is ridiculous. I don't want to wear no uniform.
Do you like the way the UFC has evolved? Or is there anything you would change?
Yeah, but that's the biggest promotion in the world. That's the best promotion in the world. It's got the biggest fighters, biggest name fighters, and I think the UFC is pretty dope, pretty legit. There's things I would change, but that's personal. Like that uniform, I wouldn't want to wear. Everybody looks the same and shit like that. It's
Yeah.
not football. I like to wear whatever I want to wear, But they got their shit together and they're doing a great job, and I think it's gonna stay the best thing for a long time.
Yeah. So August 5th, you beat Jake Paul. What do you do after that?
Everything changes with every fight. So first we get past Paul and then we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
But I plan on if somebody bigger comes along, or if there's anybody who wants something after that, then I'm moving on to the biggest.
You think
biggest
you'll
thing.
stay boxing, or would you ever go back to the UFC?
I'm gonna go back. Yeah, I'm gonna do MMA. I'm gonna 100%. I'll box and fight MMA again a bunch of times.
So is it so with the UFC though, you can't do both at the same time, right? So does that mean you'd never be able to go back to the UFC?
No, I think afterwards too. Like I said, after every fight, just like after I fought my last fight against Ferguson, and I got out, it's a breath of fresh air, and I appreciate like the UFC more now than I did when I was in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I could see different things that I wouldn't even look at when I was in there. Now it's like, oh, this is why they do that. Okay, that's cool actually. And so I'm gonna get done with this fight, and then I'm sure on another breath of fresh air. I think I know what I'll do after a week or a couple weeks, months. Hopefully, the sooner the better.
Yeah.
Do you think that another McGregor fight ever happens?
100%.
That'd be epic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm ready to see him get back and do something cool too. Like, I don't know if that fight's gonna happen, huh?
I know it doesn't seem. No one really knows.
I don't
now,
know.
right?
I've heard that
'Cause he's
too,
not
so
even
now
in-
I don't know.
He's not even in the USADA thing yet, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So you're like, he's not gonna fight, or is he? Maybe. And then they let him do shit whatever he wants. So it'd be cool if he got back in there though and handled some shit. That'd be tight. No one else. Not a lot of people are doing much in there.
Mm.
So it's cool when people do bigger shit, better shit, different shit.
Yeah. What do you think's been what is your personal favorite moment of like your fighting career?
I don't really have a personal favorite.
You just kind of
I like right now. I like what I'm doing right now.
yeah.
I like moving on to new shit and doing big things. I like doing stuff that people have never done, which is a lot of stuff I've already done in the UFC, but now it's out, and everything's a run too. If I fail at this, then I'll know what to do better next time. Learning experience, and it's tight that I get to be fighting, and all my team gets to fight with me too. I got my boy here, Chris, and then I got like 4 other guys. How many? 4 or 5 other guys on the card? 5 total, plus me on the card. And then that's the platform, and
5 total teammates on
I
this
got
card.
5 of my teammates on. I got him,
That's fucking
Luciano, Alan, Kilo, Jose, and these guys are all dope. And like people don't
That's sick.
stuff doesn't get out much from where we're from in Stockton. It's kind of quiet out there. People go to LA and New York and Miami and shit like that. No one goes there. Even cities I thought were huge, like Frisco and Sacramento. I thought those were big cities, but not much gets out there either. So it's hard for them to get out. So now it's like people don't even know, but half these guys are doper than me. People just ain't seen them yet. And now it's like we get to be chance. What other fighters done that? So like
Yeah.
being them on that part.
Yeah.
What
So
was
right
the,
now, that's kind of my favorite thing I
Yeah.
got going on.
Fuck yeah.
What was the situation like with your last fight? Like the last minute switch with
Mhm.
Hamza and shit. Like what? Walk
Well,
us through that.
Hamza was scared, and he's still scared. He still ain't find nobody. Yeah.
How is that like? How'd that last win feel? Because I was watching that,
Mm.
and it was just like it was fucking special to see that last minute switch, and then
Yeah.
it kind of turned into even more of like an epic matchup,
Yeah, right.
and then just to see you get that job, like how
Yeah.
did that feel?
Felt good to get the job done, that for sure. And any win feels great. That's what you're here for, accomplishing a mission, right? And
Yeah.
that was hilarious. To the whole week was pretty epic, right? And she got switched up, and then it was a good week, a good clean departure.
You guys seem so calm about all this, like the whole fight game.
Well, me and him been fighting longer than most people, and he's fighting all the biggest shows. He fought Bellator World Series of Fighting, the UFC a bunch of times. What's the other fight? He fought all the big shows. Fought pro boxing before that, and then he just fought on 2 of the Jake Paul cards. 2 of them, right?
Yeah, when he fought Woodley the second time, and then when he fought Anderson Silva.
And a lot of fighters don't have no experience like that. You know, sometimes people make it in the big show and they're good fighters.
Yeah.
They'll go in there and they'll lose a couple times and they fade away. And it's like it's chaotic, dude. And it's like if you could control yourself in that shit, then what's everything else? Pretty cruise control.
Yeah.
One of my favorite stories I've seen before is when we were talking about USADA, when they showed up to you and you were like smoking up in front of them. What happened with that story?
Well, the USADA fucking asses would fucking what happened when you saw that, dude? The drug testers are the worst because the rules are. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
The rules are if they show up, they don't leave your side. You got to take the test, otherwise you're evading. Like, which makes sense, right? Why'd you run off on the drug testers? You're on drugs or what, you know? And people need to buy time, so sometimes I'm like, got people like meet me at the gym, like, yeah, hey, you gotta be there at 12. I'm like, all right, I'm coming right now. It's 12:30. I'm like, already let out the door, put my car in reverse, and these guys pull up right behind you, like, oh, what's up? And it's like a process. You gotta go in there, wait till you gotta piss. You gotta sign papers and answer all these questions every time, and they'll test you every 3 days. And it's crazy. And I got to the point where I wanted out of my contract for a long time too. So I was fed up with even being in the UFC. See, and then let alone then the drug test comes inconveniently whenever they want to. And they'll pull up. Sometimes I'd be like, no, dude, get the fuck out of here. I'm on drugs. Get the fuck
Like,
out of here.
I don't even need to take
I
the
don't want
test,
to test.
bro.
Tell them I'm on drugs. They start laughing. I'm like, dude, so I got to sit there with these people. No matter what's going on, you can't shake them. You have to piss. Otherwise, you, what is it called, Zach? You fail or you? It's a strike. It's a strike, and you get, 3 strikes? Yeah, my man, how many strikes I got?
Bro, that's hilarious.
So then they'll start coming over. And then weed's legal now, too.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
when
legal back then? You couldn't smoke weed?
No, it was, but out of competition. So it's funny to smoke weed on him because he's there trying to test me. And then I don't got to piss. So now I got to sit with the guy because they don't leave your side either. Because if you run off, it's like you're taking pills or something to clean your. I don't know why they can't leave your side, but
They watch
Like,
you
yeah.
piss?
Yeah,
they go
'cause
in
you
the
can
room.
do you can do a fake cock.
yeah,
Well,
they
they've
watch. Yeah, I remember Mike Tyson was just
Yeah,
talking about it, right?
yeah.
He thought, man, I was the first
That's
one that wanted.
What did he
That's
do?
crazy. What?
What did he do?
Yeah, you could do a fake cock, bro.
Oh.
That's why they watch you.
Oh, right.
Guys trying to test you, like, bro, I'm high
Yeah.
right now. I'm telling you.
So they want to see, yeah.
So what, you're just blowing clouds in the guy's face?
Yeah, but it's funny because I was recording and putting him on Instagram. I was like, blowing the smoke on him, and he was like, he was trying to hide out of the camera too. It was hilarious.
So can you still not smoke weed like in competition, or you can? now?
I think 30 days, 2 weeks, 30 days or something like that. I don't know the rules.
That's fucking
I'm
weird.
surprised.
Why,
quit
why can't you
smoking.
smoke weed?
You said you quit?
If they ask, I don't know the rules. I think it's a couple weeks or 10 days. Zach, what's the rules?
It's a certain like threshold, but you should probably cut it out by the Thursday. The Thursday
The
before.
5 week. Okay.
Yeah.
So not in competition. You can't. And you thought it was the same. Or?
Depends on where you were.
Now I'm on a whole nother kind of, sorry.
You basically have to be high under the USADA rules, like smoke right before your walkout to test for it to be USADA violation. And then you're out of competition as soon as the final horn ends.
Fuck it.
You gotta just smoke during the
Smoke
walkout.
walking
bro.
out.
You should, bro. That'd be so crazy.
You've never done that, right? Have you never been high for a fight?
Nah, I smoked like,
For training, maybe.
nah.
Those NBA guys say that they're high for games all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, I was smoke. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
you guys have heard that?
Yeah, if I could,
guys are
I'd
all
smoke
faded
right.
right
I
now.
could smoke on the walkout though. I like if I'm training at the gym, I'll smoke in between rounds.
Most people hate the sound of metal on metal. I mean, I get it. It can make your skin shiver. Here at Full Send, we do what many other companies don't. We product test the living out of everything. Metal on metal to us, that's music to our ears. Get your shoddy tools, boys. Good luck.
What do you think? Or have you ever had a fight that was like, what do you think? Do you keep it like professional, or do you ever take things very personal building up to the fight? Like, is there a previous fight where it's been, what do you think's been the most personal beef?
I don't know. They're all pretty personal, and they're all the same personal. Fuck him. You know what I'm saying? That's the adversary. So when people talk shit, it makes you mad too, though. But either way, it's fine with me. Probably better if they're talking shit anyway, because at least they're not full of it, you know.
Yeah.
Because fuck the guy you're fighting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Are
like,
you ever?
fuck you, and like, you know, I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. Fuck you, dude. I don't care. Either way.
Have you ever been impressed with someone's like trash talk, or been like, fuck, like this guy's getting to me?
Like who I'm fighting?
Yeah.
Yeah, Conor was talking hella shit. Conor fucking hit me in the body in the first fight. It didn't fucking do shit, but he hit me. That, oh yeah, you like that? I was like, all right, motherfucker. And then I hit him. I slapped him, and that's when I started laughing at him. I'm like, look at you got slapped. So, but yeah, that's the only one who's like, really talk shit. Sometimes people talk shit to me, scared, like trying to talk shit. Back in the day, I remember finding like, I think it's Joe Stevenson or Clay Guida. I was like, come on, bitch, do something. He's like holding on to me, not just trying to hold on and make it to the end of the fight. I mean, you're such a pussy. You're going to win because you're just that scared. Yeah. And I'm like, do something, bitch. He's like, you do something. Like, are you crying, little fucking bitch? The fuck? You lose already. I don't even got to fight no more. You lose.
No,
You've done a lot of that shit, though, in the ring. How about
Yeah.
wasn't there a time when Cowboys, like, wasn't his corner giving him a speech or some shit? And you were like, as he was giving the speech, you're like,
because
giving him the finger
Cowboy
and shit.
came out and they were like about to start the fight, and the ref was like, if you're gonna say something now. I forget what they said, but if you got something to say it now. If not, whatever. And he just was like, fuck you. And I was like, that is rude and unprofessional. And then we did the fight, and then two rounds went by, and I whipped his ass the whole time. And then the third round, I got up, and I just seen him looking like he was just having the worst time. I was like, fuck you. Look at you now, motherfucker. And that was funny.
You got to have the middle finger record in the UFC in the ring.
Yeah, for sure. I got a lot of records.
The
They don't
Kurt
want to give me
Pellegrino,
no
the
credit
tap
for
out,
it.
the triangle.
Most,
What else
I
you
for
got?
sure got the most fines. I got more fines than anybody. I got fined for hella shit.
What do you
One
think
time I got fined for calling Brian Caraway a word that I'm not supposed to use, and he was like, but I didn't mean it like that. And they were on uproar, and they were like, well, you have to do a public apology. I think it was Dan White, but the UFC or somebody was like, you got to do a public apology. And I was like, no, I meant it. That would fuck that. I'm not apologizing to nobody. And they're like, all right, well, then it's a $20,000 fine. I'm like, damn, that sucks. So then something else happened. Like a little while later, a month later, I was fighting, and the UFC show was there to record me fight week, or for the countdown.
Yeah.
And they wanted to meet up with me, and I was like training and doing shit and not answering their calls. And I was like, I'll catch up with them when I get time. I was not gonna fucking do the countdown show. I was in beef with him for like, I don't want to do no countdown. Fuck that. I'm not doing it. And so Dana White calls me, and he's like, I was like, shit. Now Dana's calling Cedric, what's up? And he's like, hey, I'm gonna need you to do that countdown. Can you please do it for me? I like, yeah, I'm gonna catch up with him. He's like, look, if you do the countdown show, you'll get your $20,000 back that they just took from me. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, shit, I need $20,000. Yeah, I'm gonna call him right now.
Yeah.
Cool. So I hit him up. And I was like, I linked up with him and I did all the stuff. He's like, all right, cool. Good job, you fucking. He's like, good job, you got your 20 back. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Cause then it's cool, you know. He's like, yeah, cool. Then I was like, yeah, fuck yeah. I was pumped because I got my 20K back. Like a couple days later, I think the Reebok thing happened. It was something like that, all at the same time. And he goes, they're like Reebok and all the fighters are going, oh, we're just like other athletes now. This is so great. They were all just kissing ass. I was like, fuck Reebok. So I tweeted a middle finger with the, see that goes on the record.
And then what? And then you got fined for that?
I tweeted the middle finger and I was like, fuck Reebok. Cause I was like annoyed with everybody kissing ass, right? Then Dana White said, congratulations, kids. You just lost your 20K. And I was like, what the fuck?
That's hilarious.
I can't win here. So I was refined.
Damn. What do you think your total fine amount is?
That's what I was gonna ask.
A lot of money. I can't even count what I've been fined for.
Does anyone
saying
know?
shit? Because I have new people now too. Back then I was like, I was reckless. My brother hit me up one time too. Told me I was self-destructive. You're self-destructive. Quit fucking doing that. I like.
What was your like relationship like with Dana? Like, did you guys ever get on like bad terms at a certain point?
Me and Dana always been real cool though. Like, you know, the from a business side, you know, like people got their complaints and shit like that, and it was never like me and him going fuck you. But you know, he said shit that pissed me off. I said shit that pissed him off. I got fined all kind of time for it. So, but on the most part, like if we hung out a bunch of times, and like he took me gambling, like I take you guys gambling too, and he dropped me a bunch of money before too. He's always pretty cool when we're just chilling. So we actually got a good relationship, but.
That's dope.
Yeah,
I've never gotten that treatment. He gives these guys $50K at the table or whatever. Like it's nothing.
He did that when I was a kid to me too, and I'm like, wow. He's like, hey, go cash out. Let's go to the next spot. And I'm like, here, I brought him all this money back. He's like, keep that. I'm like, yes. I was younger, like 22. I was like, fuck yeah.
Was he still playing like big action back then?
Yeah. Well, fuck, that was huge to me. Whatever it was, I remember he was like, like hundreds of racks and shit. I don't know.
Damn, this one.
I can't remember. It was a long time ago, but it was a lot of money. I remember when he had me cash out, just keep the money. I like, fuck, that's hella money.
Yeah.
I like, this fool just won hella more money. I was telling my homies back home, because I was just a kid. I was like, fresh out of Vegas, like gambling this fella. That's crazy. A lot of money. Yeah, that was a lot. He was gambling a lot of money, and that was like when I was 22. So that's like.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. You ever play still? Gamble or no?
No, I don't. I didn't even gamble then. I was just gambling with him. Yeah, he flew me out like, let's kick it and do some shit, and we're out kicking it, and it's pretty dope.
That's dope. Where are you posted up like mostly now?
I stay in Stockton. Yeah, I have a spot there. I'm probably gonna get a spot out here though. Probably right after this fight.
LA or OC?
Probably OC. Probably OC, but I don't know yet. I've been back and forth. We were about to get a spot here, and we're looking over there. I'm looking, but I never was looking too hard.
Yeah.
But after this fight, for sure, that's the plan. I got a spot. Get that done because I was supposed to already a long time ago.
So are you pretty much around the same people that you grew up with?
Yeah, a lot of people I grew up with are living their lives around in my neighborhood and stuff too. But like in my gym, the people I grew up with and then anybody who comes to the gym usually ends up like my main focus anyway. So everybody that trains is pretty much beside me day in, day out.
Yeah. I feel like that's part of why people love you so much is just because you keep it so real and you just stick with the same people, live at the same place you grew up in.
Yeah.
Which is rare,
That was the recipe from the beginning. So I like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
So it's cool.
How was it like the height of it all? Like, was there ever times where you're like, didn't want to do certain parts of like the fight game and like, did the fame ever fuck with you? Or like,
no. Well, that's one thing about. Like, I feel like I've been famous for a long time. Like I said, I started in Ultimate Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, famous, like, people think they're famous when they're not famous. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking, I remember coming off the Ultimate Fighter and fucking everywhere I went, no matter where I was at. Now on a way bigger scale, too. But, like, back then, it's like, when I was in high school, too, people already knew my brother from whipping ass when I was just a kid. And, And so people are, always doing that. So yeah, I deal with all that pretty good. But there was a lot of times like the buildups and shit would come, and I'd be like, bro, I'm fucking fighting every 3 months. I do more of this buildup shit than anybody. I took more drug tests than anybody.
Yeah.
Been more fun than anybody. I don't got to do shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You
No,
know,
for real. That's how it feels, right? When you do something for the
and
sport.
even just that, even like I don't think about it like that, like rebellious. But I was like, fuck that. I ain't doing. So I always kind of did whatever I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And then people would think I'm crazy for doing whatever I wanted, and I thought they were crazy for doing what the fuck they're told to do. Yeah. And then throughout all that, I realized that, like, damn, that shit is. People recognize real shit, like that's how I feel. So I think that's where the following and people come from.
Yeah.
Too, is like everybody feels like that, and nobody don't say the shit though.
Yeah. When you're doing so much with the sport, though, that's how I feel like it should be. You get more freedom. I feel like Dana kind of recognizes that as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What fight do you remember? Was it like the McGregor fights when you're like, damn, I'm really
leveled up yourself.
Yeah, and like, do you notice a difference outside?
Yeah. Well, what was crazy was like when he came on the scene, they were blowing him out of proportion. I already knew. That's what I'm saying. I was already on Ultimate Fighter, and there were champions, and I was like, more people knew me than knew a lot of the champions and shit. And I recognized that off the bat. So I was never chasing no title. Like I don't make excuses for not having a belt. But I was never really after nothing except for whipping the next ass. And then even if I lost, it would be like some decision that wasn't that big of a deal because they were scared the whole fight anyway. And I mean, it would suck to lose and you want to get it back, but so yeah. And then I fucking fought Conor when Conor came on the scene, popping off about whatever, and I seen them all backing him up, and a lot of shit he said. I was like shit I was thinking and saying the whole time too. I'm like, what the fuck? They don't promote it when I say some shit like that. They tell me to shut up and find me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So and then I feel like, well, I'm gonna have to beat this fool's ass because this motherfucker's getting all the fucking love and they think he could. Why ain't no one telling him to shut up?
What was the water bottle fine?
Which one?
The one with you, the classic one with you and Conor that you see all the time.
Oh, when we threw that? Yeah, I don't remember.
That was a fine?
Remember? Were you even around then yet? Yeah, I'm sure
that was a fine.
That had to have been.
Yeah, I think that was for sure fine.
Do you ever look back at that shit and you're like, yo, that was
you know
hilarious?
how much money more I made?
That was a fine.
Yeah.
Chris got fined too. Yeah, he was on the card too.
How many fines you got?
And Jake Schultz got fined too now.
Two. That's
were you were throwing water bottles that day too?
Amateur.
You guys
got too fun.
Do you guys ever like see that clip pop up or like laugh at that shit now?
Yeah, it was hilarious then.
Bro, it was so fucking funny. I love that.
What squad, like, there's got to be like one squad that you guys really just like all you guys didn't like not even a personal beef.
We don't like any of the squad. Fuck all the squad.
What was the soft or like, well, I don't know, what's one squad that was just like everyone was beefing someone and like.
Probably there was only Conor's squad, but they were minor little squad too. We killed that squad. Dennis is long gone. The ponytail guy's vanished, and what's the other guy's name? Artem's long gone. Those guys are all gone. And then Khabib's whole team retired. I smacked up all them motherfuckers.
Yeah, what happened with that one?
I slapped Khabib in his face because they were trying to take a picture of me, like taking a joke. Like a friend of mine was watching Jake Schultz fight, and they're like taking a group picture over here, and I'm watching my boy walking up, and I see all these flashes right here, and then I hear them all laughing. I turn around, there's all these Ewok-looking motherfuckers, 20 of them, and they're all turning around laughing. And I'm like, oh, are they taking a picture because I'm standing by him? Because he was trying to get a fight with me at the time because I had just done something. And this fool wanted to fight me. Before he was champion or anything, he was trying to fight me, but no one knew who the hell he was. He's some new guy. Yeah. So he was trying to fucking make fun of me and get a fight with me. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. And he turned around and was like, come on, man. Like to shake my hand. And I slapped him in the face. I was like, fuck you, bye. And when I smacked him and his whole team, they all were like, oh, none of them even been in. They're like, we're from Russia. We're crazy. I'm like, yeah, they never been in no fight. You job. They all got all spooked. Security came in and they started kicking me out. Like, good, this show anyway. I don't want to be here. I think it was World Series too. I think it was World Series. Or was it a different show by then? Yeah, it was World Series. And so I was like, your show anyway. And I left. And then Jake lost a fight and I was mad. So I came back. And I was like, this bitch, and I ran up on him. I shouldn't have. It was very reckless. That was reckless.
Yeah.
Self-destructive. I ran up on him with everybody, and they were scared. Scared bunch of so their squad. But they're all retired. They're not real fighters anyway.
Damn, bro. So you
They're all retired. What the hell? Does anyone know any of their names? They all got the same name.
There is a lot of Nurmagomedovs.
Yeah, there is.
Well, now I was at a fight. What was that fight we were at in Vegas?
Saeed or something.
No, there was a Nurmagomedov, so like I thought it was a lock for sure. Because like
Yeah.
usually they're kind of locks.
We fucking bet on
But then
him.
I bet on the guy, and he fucking lost. And then I found he wasn't even related to Khabib at all. So I was like, fuck this, bro.
Got played on that.
So dumb.
Yeah.
I thought it was
So
Khabib's brother.
fucked.
No, we did.
Yeah.
Thought he was his cousin.
It's like having the last name Smith there or some shit, I think, right?
It's got to be his brother.
Yeah.
Or
I was so
cousin. We thought
mad. I
cousin.
find out they're not even related. I'm like, what the
Yeah, that was bullshit. I'm actually pissed about that.
When do you guys head out there for like to Dallas?
Probably a week out. We're going 7 days, probably. Usually we go farther out, but I think it's pretty cruise control there.
So is it different leading up to this fight now with like the promotion stuff too, or is all that stuff kind of just happening while you focus on the fight?
Yeah, it's happening as we go, and I'm sure everything is going good and falling into place like it should.
What do you expect from Jake? Do you think like he starts trash talking a little closer to the fight, or do you think like because like we were watching his stuff too, and it's like yeah, it seems like he's
softened up.
I don't know if you guys got him in like a kind of checkmate where he's not talking trash, but
Yeah, like I said about the Conor one, he don't got shit to say. What are you gonna say? It's just obnoxious. He was
What?
trying to talk shit at that press conference, remember?
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not interested in being a little kid argument with you.
Yeah.
Because him and Tyron Woodley was just goofy. Remember? Who else did he fight that he was going? Tommy Fury? I'm cool off all that shit. I'll fight you when I see you.
Did any of you?
He got mad that I wasn't talking shit to him. People talk shit to you on the internet and shit, and then they think when they see you, because you didn't say anything back that you don't want none of them or you're not fucking with them or something. Like,
Yeah. Speaking of that, I saw.
am I supposed to write back to you that I'm gonna smack the fuck out of you when I see you?
Yeah.
Then you're gonna see me coming.
I saw Drake when that whole like Jake Paul's media guy or whatever when he said that shit. Drake said the same shit, right? Like this is
Yeah.
what's wrong with our generation and the
For
internet
sure.
and shit.
That was tight.
Has he been like? Has that kid been around, or is he just? Do you think he's gonna be at the press conference, or is he gonna be kind of hiding? Or
Oh, I don't know. We're not worried about that guy though.
Yeah.
Any of them.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's not gonna show up there after that, bro.
Do you treat that stuff like with Conor when he's talking shit and stuff? Do you treat it like, all right, this guy's just gonna promote the fight. I'm gonna make more money. Or-
Yeah, it comes with the territory. I expect it though. You know what I'm saying? That's where when I came from. It's people talking shit all the time anyway. So.
Does it ever cross
And
the
then
line?
sometimes it's worse. I'm like, I can see you're a phony ass, fake ass, trying to stir something up. Like it's gonna do. It doesn't really matter to me. Like it doesn't make a difference if you're fucking talking shit to me or not. It's still going to fucking whip your ass.
Yeah, for sure.
Like
That's all that
it
matters.
doesn't really affect me like how it does other people. Either way, it's fine. Better talk more shit. I don't give a fuck.
Would you agree that McGregor is one of the best shit talkers ever, though?
Yeah, he's a rude little fucker.
Yeah.
Talks hella shit and just fucking makes you mad. You're like, dude.
Were you ever like when he was saying some shit? Obviously, he said shit to you, but when he was saying some shit to Khabib, were you like, holy shit, this guy will say fucking anything?
No. Fuck Khabib. That was funny. I like good. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Khabib's the worst.
Why?
Because he's just like, look at him. He ran off. He's a jock. It's not my style of fighting. I don't like it.
Like the wrestling shit, like just taking them down.
Yeah, that's cool. Whatever. That's how you fight, right? But just that the style of fighter in general. He's not a real fighter. Him, DC, certain guys are just like, I'm not interested in that kind of fighting at all.
Yeah.
Not wrestling either, because I love wrestling. It's just like the wrestling, like jockey attitude. I'm a real fighter, and I like real fighters. People who fight for real. Take it from a different.
On the flip side, who are some guys that you do like respect or?
I like my brother. I like BJ Penn.
Yeah.
Chris. My guy. Everybody who trained with me is the same type of attitude, style. They train all the arts: wrestling, jujitsu, boxing, kickboxing. I like good martial arts. I like good fighting, and even like Conor, like people who make it more of a fight than a sporting event,
Mhm.
and go by numbers. Like I'm 22-0, so I could retire and shit like that. Like you're scared, bro. I didn't even start really fighting till I was 20. I mean, till I was 20 fights deep. Like I feel like I'm in this fight thing for life. I've been fighting since I was a kid. I've been watching anything that pumped me up when I was a kid with a martial arts movie, whether it's Ninja Turtles or Bloodsport or Rocky, Vision Quest, all these kinds of movies, and I like everything about fighting. But when people are in there fighting and doing good, but they're not real fighters, and they look at it like a sporting event, athletic type of thing, retirement at 20, 22 fights, 20. How many fights does Khabib have?
I think 29.
Yeah, I think 28 or 29.
Yeah, and then he's retired and he's gone. He's got a real good way to get out too. It's like I'm done. I've done it all. You fought 3 ranked opponents, and then fucking beat 2 fucking guys as a champion, and then those guys got beat the same way in their next fights. And he's retired. Anyways, I go off on him all day. Come on, who agrees? Khabib sucks.
Yeah.
Don't talk about Khabib like that.
Now you mentioned Rocky and stuff. So watching it when you were younger, what was there a moment or anything where you decided, like, yo, I want to be a fighter?
No, I never wanted to be a fighter like that. I just wound up fighting. But I always liked that shit motivates you, right?
Yeah.
There is no tomorrow. And then all the kicking the Russian ass and Mr. T and all that stuff is like that's the coolest stuff. And like Bloodsport.
Yeah.
Movies like that. Like that's like the coolest story you can think of. And it's crazy how I became a fighter because those are all the things I was watching and into.
I know you guys got to bounce, so I'll ask you what was one fight where like what was the biggest like after party you guys ever did, or like what was one fight?
We had one with you guys.
I know
Remember
that one was
that was in Zona,
I
right?
was in Arizona.
That was
and I
crazy,
lost
bro.
the fight, so it was still fun.
But that fight, but that fight was crazy because like 5th round, like you almost fucking knocked him out.
Yeah, that fight
It
was competitive too. They always try to diss me and say I was losing the whole fight, but that fight was pretty even. If you go back and watch it, people just remember like that because I got cut. But that was I'm sorry. What was the question?
No, yeah,
Just made me
no,
think of
after
the fight.
No, that one was
motherfucker got
dope, I
away,
remember.
didn't he?
You shouted out the daddy drink on the mic and shit.
Yeah,
I
daddy
remember
drink.
that.
I was like, what the fuck's the name of the drink again? It was new though.
Yeah,
it
it
was
was.
new. I knew it was
Yeah.
dad.
No, yeah. I'll never forget that day. That was fun. You came in hot.
Yeah.
I think we were there because I wasn't even at the table once you pulled in because your people came in. Then I was chilling like by the bar.
Are you talking about the after party?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
That was tight out.
Fucking hilarious.
And Arizona's lit. That shit is tight out there.
Yeah.
Dallas
But-
is lit too, though.
And we went. Remember, we said we were having an after party at the house. That time we showed up to the house and there was fucking 50 cops there. Like there ain't no after party here. How'd you guys know? You said it on TV, motherfucker. Like,
Yeah.
Thought nobody was watching. And then so we were chilling and we came in. Yeah, we came into the party ready to rock. That was fun.
It's a good time.
Is that always a thing after every fight? You guys always celebrate like that?
The mission accomplished. That's the goal. Whip the ass and go home and make it an epic trip. Because nothing better than getting the job done, right? So it's like you better celebrate. Otherwise, you're gonna get. Because I did a lot of no celebrating my whole career, and you miss the bus sometimes on what you're doing anything for. So you like make sure have fun and then go home and get back to work. And then we went wild out there in Tampa Bay. We went to the Buccaneers game. That shit was so tight. We was out there we were the Nelk boys that week. That shit was wild as fuck.
I know that after party was so good. Jimmy Gamble's almost got laid. That's how you know it's popping.
Didn't you come through the house? Yeah, afterward, right? And the cops came? Yeah.
We were so scared.
Yeah, that's sick. The sun was out.
Yeah.
We're not fucking leaving.
Yeah.
Your
Hell yeah.
plane's outside. We're not leaving. Get out of the house. That was a fun trip.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, we know you guys got to bounce, but we appreciate you coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna be hopefully they're rooting for you at the fight. and
Hey,
stuff,
right
and
on.
they'll
Thanks for
probably-
having us too.
Yeah, dude,
Appreciate
you're an
it.
absolute
you.
legend. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you guys come to OC, we gotta definitely kick it.
For sure, we're gonna do that.
100%.
Let's do it.
Hell yeah. All right, boys.
Good shit.